So guys, if there's one thing I like in cooking, I love cooking, and I know it's the perfect time of the year to be cooking. It's cold outside now, and it's going to be cold until March. So, there's not much really to do except for cook. But today, one of my favorite foods, and I'm not a picky eater, I will eat I like Mexican food, American food, Southern food, Japanese food, Italian food, Chinese food, sushi, and I like almost everything. But today we're going to be making probably my all-time favorite, and that is Southern food. So we're going to be making a nice Cajun meal. We're going to be cooking Cajun chicken with Cajun French fries and mashed potatoes. So not Cajun mashed potatoes. That sounded a little bit weird. So the first thing we're going to do with the fried chicken, all right? The first thing we have right here, and I'm going to move over the camera so you guys can see. So we have a buttermilk brine, which I just made right now. So I just soaked it in here for about 5 minutes. You really don't have to soak it in here at all if you don't want to, but what we have right here, it's nicely brined in a lot of ingredients. So what we have pickle juice, vinegar, which I put into the milk because that's how you make buttermilk, obviously. And I put in a couple other seasonings. I put garlic in here, and I threw in Cajun seasoning and a little bit of spice. I'm not much of a spice person, but when we want something Cajun, it better be hot. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we're just going to keep that here. We're going to make the flour. Flour is a great thing because it's what's going to help make the chicken, obviously. So the first thing, none of the bowls, trust me. Guys, when I say this, nothing is worse than wasting flour. I hate that, okay? So what we're going to do, especially seasoned flour, because seasoned flour is definitely the best. We have a bowl right here. As you can see, I'm going to point the camera down a little bit. Be a little uncomfortable for me because I'm really tall, but okay, it'll be okay. Maybe I'll just point it over here so we can get a view and I can still stand. Okay, that's a good idea. So what we have here is just store brand flour. We don't want too much, just enough for the chicken. So I think shush. I think this should be enough. I think. First seasoning, pepper. Now I like everything salty, so I don't mind adding tons of seasoning. Cajun seasoning. This comes straight from Ville Platte, Louisiana. It's a very poor community, but they still bless us with this Cajun seasoning. Onion powder, very important ingredient in almost everything because I like everything with a touch of onion. Paprika always adds a good smoking type of flavor to almost everything you cook. Lemon pepper gives everything a nice tang, and I love lemon pepper, so I'm just going to add a generous amount of that. And my last ingredient, and it's probably the more basic one. It's just going to be some chili flakes. So we're going to add some nice chili flakes in here. Just a little bit, because I don't like my stuff too spicy. All right, so we're going to mix the flour up. So now we have our seasoned flour. I love seasoned everything, because I like flavor. So now we're going to put on the fryer. So what I like to do... Okay, so what I like to do is I just like to grab a regular pan, and I'm going to fill it 50% with olive oil and 50% with vegetable oil. I mean, if you don't really have vegetable oil or olive oil, you can use canola oil or any oil you have in the house. It won't affect the taste whatsoever. Maybe to some chicken experts it would, but not for me. So here is our vegetable oil. So we're going to add that into the pot. And, all right. So we're going to get the pot boiling because we want it to be hot. So the next thing we want to do is take this out, okay? Get off all that excess and put it into the flour now. I know this is a chicken wing. It's not fried chicken, but we're going to turn it into fried chicken, okay? Just get all the flour in there. Shake it. Dip it back in the buttermilk for a little while so it sticks nice and well. And so now you're just going to, I want every little bit breaded and coated. I like it flaky. I like it like Popeye's look. So that's what we're going to do. This is a very flavorful piece of chicken with tons of herbs and spices. Definitely better than KFC or Popeyes, or even probably not as good as those chicken places down in the South. I don't live in the South, so I couldn't tell you. But you want to shake off all that excess. What you're going to be left with is a beautiful piece. So on into the fryer. I don't like to use too much oil because I hate wasting oil. So what I normally just do is I usually just turn it. I don't keep it in a big deep fryer. I just turn it a few times because I don't get why people are wasting so much oil, especially when you have all the hunger out there. So next thing I want to work on is our French fries, Cajun French fries from Popeyes. I don't really have a recipe on me, but what I do now. So I'm not going to make such big dishes today. So I only have one potato. So we're going to cut this up. You can just use any knife you want. And I hate using cutting boards. I hate having to wash them. So we're going to cut this in half. The other half is going to be for the mashed potatoes. I probably should have more for the mashed potatoes. So this is the top. Okay, so this is going to be for the mashed potatoes, and this is going to be for the French fries. So I don't like thick French fries. I like thin ones because they cook quicker. And, you can always tell when they're ready or not. I always get an allergic reaction, though, when I'm near potatoes. So I don't want to get an allergic reaction today. I think I should make a thicker cut than that, though. That wasn't thick enough, in my opinion. So all right, just put those fries on there. They look pretty good. Now, I'm not going to use the top. It's too hard. So we're just going to use this part again. Not too many fries. Because when you go to Popeyes, they don't give you too many fries. So here we go. Here's the rest of our Cajun fries. And they don't look great, but okay. So we're going to season them with our Cajun. Where's our Cajun seasoning? Here it is. All right, so I'm gonna use the same bowl because, like I said, I don't like washing dishes. So teaching you guys what to do. All right, so we're gonna add our fries straight to this. All right, now what I like to do is I just like to season it up with the Cajun seasoning and a nice pop of heat, and then just put them in the batter a little bit, just because these Cajun fries have to have somewhat of a batter, not too much, just light. You know what I'm saying? Just sprinkle a little bit. You don't want too much. So I'm gonna put these onto the fryer. All right, so the Cajun fries are cooking, and so is the fried chicken. So now I can make my mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are a really simple recipe. I don't feel like you really need to go all out and add 50,000 ingredients. You don't really need to do that. It's not necessary. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to grab a very small bowl because I'm not making much of mashed potatoes. I'm just making a very tiny little bowl of mashed potatoes for myself. I'm not making it for a crowd of 50,000 people. So that's what we're going to do. Boil some water in here. Now you want this piping hot, so we're gonna put it on high heat. In the meantime, the fries are looking really good. We're gonna use one of my favorites. It's these guys. These are my favorites. So I'm gonna just turn the chicken to see what it looks like, and holy moly, it looks good. Looks nice and flaky. We're gonna let the fries cook, and we're also gonna let everything cook right now. We're gonna put, in the meantime, I'm gonna cut the potatoes. I like my potato skin on, so I don't feel like I'm not gonna go all out and do that. So, cutting potatoes. Like I said, I don't mind cleaning counters, but I hate washing cutting boards. So, okay, so we're just gonna cut them into chunks like that. Some real nice chunks, as you can see. You don't really want to, they don't need to be such tiny chunks in a way, I don't think. I mean, I'm not a mashed potato expert, but I think most people know. So we're going to go into our chicken. And as you can see, everything's cooking pretty well. The chicken isn't as easy to make only because it's a wing. If it was like a drumstick, it'd be a lot quicker, but it is very flaky, which I like. Like, that's like, I feel like an expert now. Trust me, I'm not. I just like food. But I'm a pretty good cook. I'd say I'm a level 2. Maybe, I'm probably still a level 1. So how's life been going, everybody? So, I mean, for right now, there's not much really need to do. Except for it is Thanksgiving is coming up. And I want to do a bunch of things this Thanksgiving. For example, I want to, the day before Thanksgiving, I always like to go to the store only because I hate Black Friday. I think Black Friday is the most retarded thing ever, and I'm sorry for all you Black Friday shoppers. It's just not my stuff, all right? Maybe it's their stuff, but it's definitely not mine. I don't like, going to stores with 50,000 people. It's like annoying, That's why they have Cyber Monday now. So, we're gonna keep on cooking. Okay, this fried chicken doesn't look crispy enough. So we're gonna flip it on each side and make it a little bit more crispy. All right, so our mashed potatoes are boiling. So now I'm just gonna pop them in here. Something I should do to make them cook faster. Hot top, boom. That will just make them cook quicker. I don't want to waste too much time today, so we're just gonna do that. These fries are looking good. I always like to cook fries, though. I don't mind brown French fries. That's actually how I like them. So, right now, the chicken is looking pretty good, as you can see. The French fries are probably the easiest thing to make. And as you can see, look at how much quicker they're boiling now. So that's always a good thing to do. Definitely a very good thing to do. And back to the food. So basically, I think the fries are done. In the meantime, I'm going to put away all my seasonings and everything else. Except for the seasoning. I might want to use the seasonings for the mashed potatoes, but we don't need oil. So we're going to put the oil away. And we're going to put whatever else we need, such as the flour. Like, we won't need the flour anymore. Let me taste a little bit, sprinkle of the flour, just to see if it has, like, that good taste. It's very flavorful. Whew. Even a little pop of heat in there. And it's good, Okay, I look like a dumbass, so I'm not going to be doing that anymore. But reason why I'm throwing away the excess flour is because sometimes you want to make like a dessert and you don't want salty and spicy flour to make a dessert. So that's why I'm doing that. Mashed potatoes are doing very good right now. But in the meantime, we're going to throw away our buttermilk. We don't need the buttermilk anymore. Unless I want to add it to the mashed potatoes. Should I? I don't think so. So we're going to throw it away. Now, these things, this is just for like grinding things like peppercorns and stuff like that. So I won't need to so I'll just be able to put this away. All right, so everything, okay, I got to take off the fries now before they burn. Look at these French fries. I mean, don't they look good? Oh, yeah, they look good. All right. So here we have our delicious Cajun French fries. I'll show you one of them. Oh my God. All right, and they have enough seasoning on them from the Cajun seasoning, so we won't need to do anything with that. But in our mashed potatoes, we will not be needing these, so we can put these back. All right. I think the chicken is cooked enough now. I mean, it's been on here for a little while now. So, oh yeah. We're definitely, all right. The chicken we're done with. Oh my goodness. Okay, look at this. Isn't that what you call a piece of chicken? And it's flaky, which I like, so this is really good. Last thing we're going to make. Okay. I want to turn off the fan because I hate the fan noise. I really do. It's so annoying, and it's unnecessary if you don't need it. I just don't want to set the alarm off and have the fire department come over here, so that's why I'm doing that, to make sure nothing happens. But I'll just get you guys close up. The chicken might be a little hot, but look at it. Oh, yeah. Whew, it's too hot for me. All right, let's check on our, yeah, the mashed potatoes are almost done, I think. They'll be done in a few minutes. For now, what I like to do is, okay, so next thing we're going to be doing is making the sweet tea. I don't usually make sweet tea. Oh, wait, I think I got some Arizona sweet tea, so I don't think we'll need to add anything. So I got some Arizona sweet tea. It is sweet tea. Let's see where it's made. Oh, this is Southern style. So let's see. It doesn't say where it's made. It says it's just made in America. That's all it says. It doesn't say the state or anything like that. Or does it? Oh, it's made in Woodbury, New York. Okay, not too far from here. Wait, I don't even know where Woodbury is. I don't live in New York. I live in New Jersey, but New York is not too far from me. So yeah. Okay. This is the first time I've cooked potatoes and I haven't gotten some weird reaction where I'm itching a lot. I mean, I itch my forehead right now, but it's not really that bad. So, and my face still looks fine. So we're going to pour the sweet tea. Sweet tea is one of my favorite tea. I think people just make it too sweet though. My only problem with sweet tea is you have people who will sweeten it way too much. Like, this is when you go to barbecue restaurants, southern restaurants, when you go to Popeyes is the worst. And then you go to, diners and stuff like that, and they don't even add any sugar. They add barely, this much. So, It's a little annoying. So that's why I like to make my own, making it as sweet as I want. But right now, Arizona is all we could do, so. All right, our mashed potatoes look just about ready. Let's see. Yeah, they're ready. So we're gonna drain the mashed potatoes. There's barely any water left, but I think a little water is not gonna be a problem. So. Let me give you guys a nice look at these potatoes because they are excellent right now. You don't need too many potatoes to make a good mash, but I like that. Okay, so right now we just want to mash them up, and I'm like, well, we're using this, so might as well mash it up with this. Okay. I think at this point we should just add milk and then mix it up. Okay, so now we're just gonna mix it up. Okay, we still need to mash some of the potatoes, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, maybe I should have waited a little bit longer. That's my bad, but yeah, I think they could go in here for a little bit longer, but I already added the milk, so I think we're just gonna. Okay, it's working now. Okay, we're getting a better consistency now. And when I'm making mashed potatoes, I obviously want to add more ingredients than just. So we're gonna add butter now. I don't want to add too much because we don't have too many mashed potatoes. I'm just gonna add a little bit. I think this should be good. Oh yeah, this is definitely good enough. Okay, so we're gonna let that butter melt. So now that we have our butter melting up, we're gonna season it. Onion powder is the first thing we're gonna add to it. Not too much. Okay, I'll be good. A ton of salt. That's what makes it good. And garlic powder. Garlic powder, right here, as you can see, is one of my favorites. So we're just gonna add garlic powder to this. All right, we're just gonna mix that up. I think the butter's definitely melting. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add mustard. Mustard and horseradish. I know you're gonna think this is disgusting, but I do like mustard, and I think a lot of people do. So I'm just gonna add a good squeeze and a little bit of horseradish. Horseradish actually gives it a nice kick, so just about that much should be good. Because honey and horseradish give it a nice kick, which I do like in my mashed potatoes. Oh yeah, that's very good. We're gonna take it off, and we're gonna add it in here now. Okay, this is too big. But actually, no, we're all good. Mashed potatoes, delicious. So now, I think I just should have just scooping it into the bowl. So we're gonna grab a spoon. And just add the mashed potatoes into the mixture. So guys, I can't wait to tear into this. So I'm gonna bring it over to the dining room and we're gonna show you what it's like. I have to turn the light on in here because you can barely see. Perfect. Okay, and the sweet tea. So we're here now to enjoy this delicious meal. Look at that. Pretty good. All right. We're just gonna do it in here, and we're gonna show you what this chicken's about. Look at that chicken. Someone I've been waiting for. Mmm. 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 Cajun fries. Mmm. This is really good. Mmm. And the last bit is the mashed potatoes. I like the mashed potatoes. Only because there's a nice kick and it has enough seasoning, so it's good.